Next stop, South Texas and the El Cazador Ranch, where we pick up the action with Debbie and David Morris. Now, it's middle of December, and the rut in South Texas is really not full steam yet. The idea on this hunt is to hunt food plots late in the evenings and hopefully catch a doe in heat coming into the food plot.
Trigger some sort of feeding activity and we bring them to these plots. Of course, during cool weather, their calorie requirements are higher. That's part of what brings them to the plots.
Now, what David is looking for on this hunt is a deer that is very mature, 6.5 years or older.
Maybe that's the beginning of a little something.
David, there's a doe. Came in the field running. There's a buck behind her. David, look how big that buck is. He's
My
huge,
goodness.
David.
Holy smokes.
There's your buck. He's beautiful.
That's huge. That is.
He's beautiful, David.
You like him?
Oh, he's beautiful.
Shame that he cracked him down. David,
There he is.
David, you shoot him.
You want me to shoot
Yeah,
him?
you shoot him.
You sure?
Yeah. No, you shoot him. David, you shoot him. If you saw him first, he's yours. Come on. Swap over. Swap seats. Swap seats. You can't get over there.
You sure, David?
Yes. I know. You shoot him. If you like him that much, you're going to shoot him. Shoot him. Come on. Shoot him. All right, get set up. Dead rest now. Dead rest.
Leave him burn.
Okay. All right. Put your arm on my shoulder. Dead rest now.
Where is he?
Okay. You're off safety. You ready?
Get him in here. You need to shoot him.
Okay. Rest your arm on me. Okay, whenever you're ready. Oh, you hit him, Debbie. You hit him hard. You hit him hard. You got him. Debbie, you got him. You got him. You got him. He's down. You got him. That ain't even natural. Holy smokes. What a buck. My goodness. My goodness. Oh, what a buck. Look at that. Holy smokes. Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. That buck could go better than 170, sugar.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Mwah! Congratulations.
Oh.
Thank you, Lord.
This morning at daylight we changed up. We went up in the hills, glassed at daylight, seen a couple of nice bucks, several does. Most of them seem to be coming towards the bottom. So we opted to come back here and get in our ground blind for a little while, even though it's snowing like crazy. May have an opportunity to get a big buck as he's cruising. Seen a couple of, one real good one, but he was way off. We could never get to him before he got away from us. But you gotta be here in order to get one. You can't get one back at the lodge. We're gonna stick it out as far as we go. There's a couple of coyotes coming right there. Right there. Something's moving anyway.
Realtree Pro staffer Joe Drake drew a coveted rifle tag through U.S. Outfitters in Kansas. As you can see, the weather is awesome for hunting big bucks. As a matter of fact, this hunt with Joe gets my vote as the most awesome hunt on the video.
Any other time, I'd let Mr. Encore take care of him. But we're still waiting on Mr. Big. Pretty neat. You know, if we're lucky, they said there's a possibility of snow. If we stick around a little bit, we might get to see some of it. Being from Georgia, I don't get to see too much snow. Nick, here comes a couple of does. Right through there. There's a buck. There's a buck right there. Right there, right behind him. Not yet, not yet. Got him. Okay. That was quick. Those deer got to filing through there pretty quick. I don't know what the deal is. All I could see is a pretty good rag through all this snow. And a little Encore took care of business. Top with that Nikon scope, clear as a picture. Pretty good. I hope it's a pretty good one. I can't see. I think it's a 10-point. He's got one side. I hope the other one's there. Oh yeah, he's a beauty, folks. He's a beauty. Beautiful Kansas buck. I mean a honey. Good and heavy. Beautiful 10-point.
Decided to go out gun hunting tonight. We're getting out a little bit earlier than normally. You can see it's real overcast. Supposed to get an inch or so of snow tonight, so I really think the deer will be moving. I hope we're early enough. I hope the deer aren't out in the fields already. But I'm seeing 3 or 4 really good bucks in this field. There's one 12-point, I think is a young deer, I think it's a 3-year-old. And you know, we aren't going to shoot him, but he's really nice, maybe 160-inch. Beautiful young deer. And then there's a couple of really big mature 8-points and a big mature 10-point. The 10-point's got stickers off his G2s, and I've seen him out there quite a bit. So hopefully we can run into one of them tonight. Keep our fingers crossed.
We got out here a little bit late, and when we pulled up around the curve, already out in the field, there was probably 20, 30 deer out there, and one big buck just laying in the field. But fortunately, this stand, there's a rise in the hill out in the field, and they're on the other side of it, so we snuck up into the stand. And although we did blow a few deer out, that we're right in this little bay here, and that's normally where these big bucks have been coming out. But the general trend is for those deer to come from that side over the hill and work their way to the cornfield behind us. So even though we're late, I'm hoping that those deer bring that buck over the top of this hill. any better. We've been watching that buck for days and waiting for that east wind, or for a west wind. It's been out of the east for like the last 4 or 5 days. We couldn't get on this field, and tonight we pulled up, and all these deer were out in the field, and we were actually late getting in here, so we came in from this side. This is the stand we wanted to be in, but we had to sneak in here and see if we could do it without spooking anything. And it couldn't do it any better. That buck came over the hill, and we watched him, and we watched him, and we watched him, and I was gonna shoot when he was like at 100 yards, and at 90, and then all of a sudden he came and he walked right into us. And he's down right there. Oh, God. That is a nice buck, too. Let's take a look at this buck right here. Look at that deer. A big old head on him. Oh, look at that. What an awesome buck. There, I've been seeing this buck out in this field several times, and we've just been waiting for a west wind. It's just been unusual. We've had the southeast wind blowing right out into the field, and finally got a west wind. We just came and set the stand up in the cedar tree today, and I can't believe it. He came out on the other side, and I was gonna shoot, just waiting, and finally he walks right to us. I mean, I could have bow shot him at 30 yards. Oh, what an awesome buck, though. Look at that long beams, big, thick bases, stickers off the bases. Man, got some stickers off his tooth here. I am tickled with this buck. Yes.
After striking out in Alberta the year before, Milwaukee Brewers manager Ned Yost couldn't wait to get back to hunt with Ron Nemechek and North River Outfitting.
Deer, Alan, there's a deer. Down the decoy.
Ned and cameraman Alan Linenthal have set out a decoy on this morning, and as you're about to see, there's plenty of bucks
That's
around.
a nice buck. It's not quite what we came to Canada to kill, but man, we're getting closer. Something moving in them bushes. It's a nice buck.
Ned was covered up with bucks all day.
He's got some width. Still, tines are a little small. Look at the decoy. The decoy. Man, that's another nice buck right there. Too many decisions to make in one day. Man, what a nice buck. Still not what we came for. There's a buck right there. There's a buck. Oh, it's a big buck. It's a big buck. That's a huge buck. That's the buck. That's a buck. He's right there, Al. He's right there. Oh, man, that's a monster right there. That's a huge buck. You on him? You on him? I got him. He's down. He's down. Man, that's the buck we've been waiting for all day. We must have passed 5 bucks that were shooters or borderline shooters today waiting on that buck right there. Well, 10 minutes ago, he shows up chasing a doe. Unbelievable. He's a monster. I really don't know what he looks like. I could just see mass and horns sticking up everywhere. Unbelievable. Man, let's go check him out.
I didn't even get a chance to really see how good that buck is. They said when you came to Canada that if you had to think about it, you better wait. You'll know it when you see him. As soon as I saw that deer out in the field, all I saw was tremendous mass, big, thick horns, high horns, and I knew right away that that deer was a monster. I'm excited to go see him because I really don't know what he looks like. I could just see this standing there. So let's go check him out. There's horns sticking up right there. Check him out. Yes, there he is. Holy cow. Unbelievable. They said you know it when you saw one of these Alberta whitetails. You know it. We saw this deer and we knew it. With the naked eye, you could see the mass, the horns, how big he was. Got great brow tines, chocolate dark horns. This is what we came to Alberta to kill right here. This was a fantastic hunt. Right at the end of the day, I couldn't believe it. I looked out and saw him walking across the field. Everything happened so fast. Man. Alberta, unbelievable. We had a fantastic day. Saw deer all day long. It's the biggest deer I ever killed. Man, by the looks of it, might be the biggest deer I'll ever kill. Fantastic. Ron Nemechek, North River Outfitters. It's been a blast. Woo, doggies!
Once again, we head back to Kansas. Boy, Kansas is growing some huge deer. On this particular hunt, Jerry Martin is guiding John Paul Morris for an early muzzleloader hunt. They're hunting with Larry Conrady of Tamarack Outfitters.
Grab a couple. Yeah. Hopefully that deer will come right along that terrace there in that low spot. That's where we've been seeing him. We've seen him there 2 or 3 times. What time is he coming out? He's coming out pretty late. He's been coming out about 7:30, which is, you know, about a half an hour before dark.
Yeah. So the trick is just getting him to us before it gets dark.
Yeah, hopefully he'll get here
Okay.
early and close enough we can shoot at him.
Sounds good.
Jerry and Larry had been seeing a tremendous whitetail buck coming out in the big sage field. They're just hoping that he comes out tonight for John Paul.
Yeah. Oh, there's a buck back there.
It's a good one.
Yeah, he's a big buck.
It's him.
Yeah.
It's him.
That's you, big boy.
Okay.
He laid one fist as close as he'll walk.
All right. I'm gonna wait until he gets a peek with his doe. Okay. Hey, just tell me when you think I should get ready for a shot. Okay? You tell me when I should get ready for a shot. Is he gonna come to the left of us or the same way? All right, right now. No. All right, take him. Good shot, man. He's down right there.
Reload. Okay, now we're gonna walk out there. I think he's down to the camp.
Man, he dropped like a rock, did he? Oh, man. I'm shaking like a leaf.
That's good.
Hey, boys, way to go. That's awesome.
Man.
What a buck. Your biggest buck ever, huh?
Yeah, he's my biggest buck so far.
Gosh.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry. How about a war hoop? That is great.
Oh, man.
Galen, you checked out this big buck?
Larry, you better get over here. Man, this
Tell
is
me
a
the
big
story,
deer.
guys. Tell us the story.
Well,
Larry, you better hurry up.
Jerry, you were here last week, weren't you?
all week. I hunted for 7 days and I did see 3 times.
You even got a shot too, didn't you?
You did.
I missed.
Yeah, you missed.
I watched him run off.
And when I shot, he wasn't doing any running. He fell right down. But man, we were sitting out there and we weren't seeing anything, and we were beginning to wonder if we were going to see anything. And the next thing you know, over this little hill comes a couple does, and then a couple more does, and then Jerry, you saw the big antlers of this thing just coming over the horizon. I mean, right when he was over the horizon, he just looked tall and just, I mean, huge.
Probably about 150 yards out.
You
And
first seen the antlers coming through the
he started,
little weeds.
I mean, he was coming right in, and we were set up in the right spot. I mean, he was coming in just below us in the woods, just down, or just upwind of us, and man, we did it right. He came out there about 70 yards for the shot and stopped just perfect for us. And